Pop quiz.
Boom. Let's do it.
Were my cookies dry?
Were your cookies dry? Survey says. Anna brought over some oatmeal raisin cookies that she made herself.
Homemade. A Christmas gift.
A Christmas gift.
That just got baked today.
Yeah. And the question was, were they dry? I did have one.
Yeah.
When you came in here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Better than a Girl Scout cookie.
Oh,
I could tell you that much.
I got a story for you about that too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They look really good. The looks, the way they're shaped, they're thick boys. We should have brought one up to show because they do look like a good cookie, thick.
Yeah.
Almost like a scone.
Uh-huh.
You know? Taste, pretty good. Oatmeal raisin are not my favorite.
They're not a decadent cookie.
No, they're not.
Which I like because then you can eat 6 of them.
It's like when the Depression happened and they're like, I need something sweet. And they're like, we have grain and old grapes. This is all we have. Let's just mix them together, put them in the oven. And people went, okay, that's what we'll do. But I will say pretty good. Were they dry? A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But I would say, really, Anna, you did a great job.
Thank you. They weren't, listen, the last batch I made, not the last batch, but the last, 6 or so I made, much less dry. But then the boyfriend was like, I like it when they're crispy.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And so I made them crispy, thinking they'd be all like hard on the outside and like and like soft on the inside. But oatmeal raisins, like they don't work like that. They don't work like a chocolate chip, like a sugar cookie. And so I was just like, God. But it's fine. We're good.
So did you find out, because they were very fluffy, did you find out what would make them crispy?
I just left them in the oven for longer.
I think if you put like baking soda or baking powder,
I did.
It can make them more crispy or less crispy if you fluctuate those ingredients around.
I think it's just because I left them in the oven longer on purpose to crisp up the outside.
I see.
So yeah, I guess it dried it out a little bit. No problem. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks. I got a few more for tomorrow.
Sweet.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll eat up for breakfast. That's like a cookie that you can't eat for breakfast and you won't feel bad.
Right.
Yourself.
Yeah. I'm coming around to oatmeal raisin because usually they're just like, oh, I thought that was a chocolate chip. It's a fruit. But I'm coming around to it with my more mature palate these days.
So no chocolate chips in those?
No.
Because sometimes people do add a nice chocolate chip.
Yeah. Again, the boyfriend is like, no, I like oatmeal raisin. I'm like, okay, it's what you asked for. So yeah.
Interesting.
I like baking.
There was, I'm trying to think, I think it was Grandma's brand. You ever heard of Grandma oatmeal raisin cookies?
Nope.
Those were, I've had those quite a bit in my household as a child.
There are a few different flavors, right? They always came in a packet of 2. Is that right? Like 2 bigger ones.
Maybe I'm getting it wrong then. Let me see if I can find. I thought it was Grandma's oatmeal cookies. Is these them? No, I don't think these
That's
are
what
them.
I'm thinking of, because they had them in like peanut butter and chocolate.
Well, I know that they have different flavors. Best oatmeal raisin cookies. Let me see if that helps. In the world. Well, it's not necessarily Sally's. No, these are just how to make them. All right, never mind. It's not important. God, now it's going to drive me nuts. I wonder if they're even still around, because, I mean, the people who ate oatmeal raisin predominantly are passed.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a few people that are still sticking around here eating the oatmeal raisin. But anyway, so yes, very good. Are you going to branch out and do any other flavors?
Yeah. I like to make cakes. I like to bake. I'm a baker. I don't know if you knew this about me.
Baking's tough.
I enjoy it more than cooking for some reason. I like baking like loaf cakes or regular cakes, cookies, things like that. You know why? Because I like to make things for people that I typically don't allow for myself, and I like to watch them eat, because I am a big fan of the mukbangs.
Yes,
I'm a twisted freak, basically.
Yeah. Definitely.
So a good way to get people to eat in front of you is just make them something and like watch them eat it. And I'm like, and I'll chew with you sometimes. That freaks out the boyfriend. I'll be like, I can taste it.
Mind meld. Get away
from me. Yeah.
Baking, you have to. You just follow the directions precisely. You can't. I like cooking because you can kind of mess around and the suggested recipe.
Yeah.
Got to do a little more, a little less of something or whatever.
Yeah, cooking is more of a like art, less of a science, whereas baking is pretty much to the
Yeah, it's
book.
math.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, cooking's an art.
Mhm.